What's the most challenging when it comes to hiring people? Hiring and also dealing with people, like finding the best talent.
So that's my 3 tips would be when you start the company.
What inspired you to become a production manager? How do you handle work-life balance as a business owner? Hello, everyone. I'm here in Copenhagen, Denmark. I'm here to speak to Nikita, a production manager and owner of NG Media. Hi, Nikita.
Hello.
How you doing?
Better, all good.
Thanks for having us here, for giving us some of your time to share your story with everyone.
No problem, sure.
What inspired you to become a production manager or a producer or to get into this industry?
Yeah, I think it's really fast right away like that. I think it's because I was working as a camera guy for a long time, since I was 16 at the local TV station. Then I was...
Where, here in Denmark?
No, back in Latvia, where I'm from. So I was doing filming myself a lot, then doing still photography for a long time. And then I came to study here in Denmark and also filmed a lot here and did some short films and worked in the corporate world and worked for different companies. And then I just noticed maybe that there are way better camera guys than me around, and maybe I'm better in something else. So therefore I slowly moved to the office job. Yeah, that's how I kind of become producer, production manager, or something like that.
That's how you started your company then?
No, it was another story. It was a long story.
Okay.
So I started the company as part of my bachelor project. I think when I finished university, we needed to have a final project. So my project was to make a company, register a VAT number, and then make a website for it, define what we're going to do, what I'm going to do, and then that's basically what's started. So I started company exactly the same day when I finished university, pretty much. So.
But you started a company as a part of what they asked you to do, right?
No, nobody asked me. It was just like my idea.
Okay,
you just go with you need to decide what your bachelor will be about. It could be about some problems. So I don't actually even remember what exactly was my bachelor project about. But I know that as part of it, it was create the company, make a website, get the first client or something like that. So that's how I started NG Media.
Right. Okay, so I can already see a strength, and I think that's important. A lot of times we don't do that, which is to have that vision, like be able to know what you're good at and what you're not, like you said, and recognize and say, okay, maybe I'm better at this role. That was key in your success, right?
That was the key, but also I must say that to be a good camera guy or DP, you need to practice actively, like all the time. So
and you did that.
And I was doing that, but as soon you didn't film something because you busy with something else for 1 or 2 or 3 months, you could feel that when next time you're on set, it's not that fast as for other guys. It's not that easy for you. So imagine if I was not doing it for 1 year, then it's basically like that. So the skill goes away very fast, and to be a good camera guy, you need to have practice a lot. And then maybe at some point I was interested in something else, more like organizing shoot, getting bigger shoot, maybe so I'm not alone, but with a team of people. It all went from time. It's not like one day I realized that, okay, now I'm producer. It was just for a long time I was both filming and producing, then doing some editing and producing. And then with the time it was less doing the field work and more doing the office job, administration job, and things like that. So
yeah, like you're saying, all of this happened in 14 years.
Yeah, pretty much. Maybe a bit less, but still, yeah, around that.
Okay. And do you find more joy in what you're doing now in planning, organizing?
Yeah, I think so.
You feel like that's more your thing?
I think everybody's happy when I'm not filming, but I'm in the office. Okay. So as soon, because I need to take over sometimes and cover up for some guys when they're not here, when they're sick or something happens. So I still go on the field. I could be like a B-cam operator or doing something with live streams. But as soon as I'm doing more that, then more people are not happy with me not being at the office, because then if I'm not at the office, it means people are not getting call sheets in time or information in time. Then clients are not getting replies instantly on their emails. Then invoices are not sent in time, and I'm not paying people in time. The same. All this office job is important. So as soon as I'm not there, then everybody can feel it. So they want me here.
Okay. Are you happy?
I'm happy, yeah. I think it's also less stressful in a way. Like there's another kind of stress, I would say. Actually, maybe it's a bit also wrong to say, but I'm happy. But I think for me now it is stressful to be on set.
Okay.
Yeah, to be on set behind the camera, because I'm not actively practicing. So I think for me it is more stress now to do it.
Okay. I think this is very, very important. Because as we can see, you can be within in the film industry as you are and not necessarily be in the field, right?
Yeah.
Because what you're saying is that you're stressed to be in the field, but there's other people who may feel stressed to be in the office, like it's boring. But it's important to analyze and be able to decide for yourself, right? And say, okay, what am I stressed about? Maybe I like the industry, but I'm not too good.
Yeah, but I also must fear here for the being here at the office is not boring, because it's also stressful. Because let's say when it's a big shoot coming up, and then a lot of changes on this shoot, and you need to still find the crew, arrange all the permits, get the rental in place, all the vehicles and the equipment, everything, and then suddenly everything changes. So it's more like a puzzle or like some problem that you need to solve, and this problem solving is actually interesting. So and you are really happy and get the joy when everything works as you planned. So this I would say it's kind of fun. So I would say that
it excites you, right?
Yeah, it excites me, especially when the big project is coming up with a bigger budget, so we can afford more things. Or even also with a smaller budget, but exciting projects where you need to squeeze things and make things work, even though without it's a lot of money. But you need to still make it decent, and so everybody likes your work and the final product, and people signed up. So it's both. I would say a lot of challenges, a lot of exciting things. I'm also excited to see what's the result in the end, because I was part of it, and I know that if how many things we had to overcome to make this happen, to make this shot specifically happen. We spend like 2-3 days to talk with somebody, and then when it worked, it's kind of cool. So I'm excited about that as well.
Okay, so what was that one moment or that one thing that happened that made you realize, okay, I need to step out of the field and I need to, do what you're doing now?
I guess it's because...
Or when did you decide? Maybe you thought it for a while.
No, I think it started with all small projects. Maybe when there was like too many projects, and then you understand that you cannot go and do
both.
All of them the same time, because it might be 2 bookings same day, or it might be like 5 bookings in a row. And then when you understand, okay, you cannot do all of them, then you need to find somebody to help you. And when you find somebody to help you, so you could send one, let's say, one camera guy to that shoot, then you do another one. And then when more and more things like that happened, then I think I was moving towards more production manager role than the actual camera guy role.
So it kind of like just happened like that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it's happened again because we get more clients and more projects, and especially against the double bookings or triple bookings. So it's...
In those moments, you didn't miss being in the field?
If it was double booking, then usually I was at least on one of them, yeah.
Okay.
So maybe again on a different role, just to overview. So still once in a while I'm going to the field, but more like to overview things or to help out with practical stuff, not like actually moving the camera and doing that, but with many other things. That again, when it's a complicated shoot, when there's many people to manage, then it's also, there's always some work to do on set besides the camera.
Do you consider yourself a business person?
Yes.
Yes?
I think so.
You've always been? Or you've learned it? Or you've always had that spirit, that desire to...
Yeah, I think I make
self-employed?
Yeah. I think I really enjoy doing business, making money out of nothing. That excites me, and it was exciting for me all the time. I remember myself selling something to get something.
So you started in sales maybe before?
No. I was more like as a teenager job, like you can get some summer job when you need to sell some newspapers or something like that. I was like excited. Okay, so I didn't have money, now I have money. So yeah, I don't know, but the whole business part, I think it's exciting.
So you're more of a business person than a creative person, you would say?
Yes, definitely, yes.
But you still have that creativity or that interest, because you could do, for money, you could do anything else, right?
Yeah.
Like real estate or whatever.
Yes.
So what made you choose this and stay in this and maybe not switch to something else in business?
Because I like the industry. Because again,
Right.
I started kind of as a camera guy in the TV. So I was working for, also as a photographer for many years. So I like the industry. I'm not saying that I'm the most creative person in the world, but still I like the whole vibe and the movies and the TV especially as well. That's all exciting. So maybe therefore it's exactly this industry I stopped. But I must say that I still once in a while get some offers to jump on some projects, not film related, where we can earn money. I'm like, okay, that sounds cool. I would do that. So once in a while I'm thinking about it. But still, one of the ways maybe to be a bit successful is just to kind of narrow down to one industry. So if I would be doing the same thing, like even like with a business, but in many areas, then I'm pretty sure none of them will be good.
Working.
Yeah.
Okay.
So therefore, narrowing down to one industry is a good thing.
And do you have a niche within your industry, within this industry?
Maybe.
Or you're more spread?
So niche within the industry, I think definitely it's more within a corporate segment we're staying.
Okay.
So corporate segment, because again, in Copenhagen and in Denmark in general, it's a lot of companies, medium and big businesses as well. And therefore they all need some content. They need some advertisements, some promo videos, product videos, communication videos, for internal communication, then some social media content and things like that. So yeah.
And how challenging was it to start your own business in Denmark as a foreign person?
Well, to start a business was registering like a name and VAT. That's like one day.
That wasn't an issue.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
But I mean, like, get the ball rolling, like taxes, income, getting clients.
I'm still figuring it out. No, yeah. I would suggest or like recommend like before you start the business, so you start officially everything, get at least one client, because to start a company and then afterwards, do all this bookkeeping, maintaining all the things, bank account, and many other things. Without having any client, then you will lose money. So at least if you have one client that that will be your client, then you're already safe to start one company, basically. So when I think I had, when I started, because I was working as a freelancer for one shop as a photographer, and then I was going there every month doing some stills for the products, and then I thought, okay, company plus this university thing, okay, that clicks off. So if I start a company, I have one client that pays every month, so that could be already something.
So securing one client
at least key. One client, because then you don't at least pay all this company maintaining expenses on your own. So it's paid out of your profit or something like that. Because I know some guys, they started a company and then they've been sitting without any clients, and then figuring it out later. And
because they started the company without clients.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think maybe it's another way around. If you have,
unless you have loads of money that you don't mind.
Lots of money, or maybe if you I don't know, maybe if you know many people around and they're already working with you. I don't know, really. So
it makes sense. So what would be like the biggest lesson that you can teach someone, like that you would do different if you were to go back in time?
Okay.
Even though you've made it.
Yeah, back in time. Everything was right. Everything was correct.
No, a lot of planning? Did you plan a lot? Or you think like things just went like that for you?
I mean, maybe it depends of what kind of company you want to create. If you want to create a company where you are the only employee, I don't think so. You need to have like, it's more like a legal thing. You're just going from freelance to maybe like
self-employed.
Yeah. But then if you want to have a crew with you or like some team that joins you, then you have some vision of how this company needs to, what it needs to be, what you want to achieve with that, then maybe, yeah, at least you need to make it for yourself, this sort of idea. Like, because if you want to have that kind of company with a team, then you need to learn how to trust people, how to trust them that they're going to do your work good. So, because without trusting them, and if you as a company owner or production manager or producer will still be this like joining every set to control everything, maybe that's not gonna work. So you need to at some point let them do the job, or like
trust them, like you said.
Yeah,
I think that's key, because a lot of people in different industries, not only like in film, they say, okay, I want to have more people, but how can I do it? Because I'm not gonna be sure that they're gonna do it as good as I can, right? Have you heard that?
Yeah. We still sometimes struggle with that.
But how do you get over that? For people that may feel stuck and okay, I want to have a team, but so that you don't have to micromanage.
Yeah.
Otherwise you can't move forward.
That's actually a difficult one, because I think it's ongoing process. Like when I hire some people, I never send them alone somewhere for the first time. So I always at least either send somebody more experienced with the new person, or go myself to see if everything is working, if it's actually good. Because when you get some sort of like applications, you only see you see portfolio, you see some CV, you maybe talk to the person, but maybe reality is something different.
Because it could be hyped up and it's not so good, right?
And therefore, like I think when you like maybe even if it's more complicated projects, to send somebody more experienced with the new person, maybe not once, but like 2, 3, 4 times, and then maybe on the 5th he can go alone, something like that. So yeah, but in general with this micromanagement, and I know that sometimes clients prefer you to be there. Even though you know that guys will do the job, they want you to come there because they trust you will do the good job, but not your guys.
And how do you handle that? Say when you get a client, like 2 clients in the same day, and they both want you to be there.
That's what's gonna happen next week. No,
you switch, you go from one to the other, or what?
Sometimes I have to.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a good question. Like either you need to send somebody, like more people than actually need it, to make them feel secured. So the job for 2 guys, let's say, and you send 3.
So they can feel.
They can feel that if something goes wrong by by any chance, then maybe the 3rd person could actually help because it'll be like extra pair of hands. So that one option could be. Another option could be to try maybe explain the client or introduce again. If client saw your colleague before, maybe multiple times, and then maybe on the 5th time this colleague comes alone, it will be not that bad because they saw your colleague before with you, so they kind of trust. Okay, your colleague is as good as you.
As long as it's not all new faces, right?
Yeah, but if it's from very first project and then you send somebody they don't know, then it might be a problem.
They freak out.
Yeah, so sometimes I need to show up here and there, even just to introduce people. It's not that often, but still.
What's the most challenging when it comes to hiring people? Hiring and also dealing with people, like finding the best talent.
Good question.
That's key in your company, right?
Yeah, it's a chemistry.
Yeah. Right.
You need to meet with them, talk as well. So it's not only email or call, but sometimes we just, I think we're just lucky with getting the right people because we don't do anything special. I think we're just lucky, like with Valerio, who you met, or with Stefano, with Alexandra. I think it was all accidentally. They just wrote us, so we just met somewhere, and then we talked. But yeah.
So you have like a high intuition then, right?
Yeah, maybe intuition, but also I would say I trust
feeling. Or your gut?
I would say no, I don't trust the education papers.
Okay.
I trust the portfolio, so I see what exactly this person can do.
Like show me.
Show me exactly, yeah, because when I see all these degrees and then the courses they took and then the skills they can do, that's like, okay, you can write whatever you want in the CV, nobody checks. And then,
so even the portfolio or the show reel is not as important because you don't know who shot it, who edited it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what Valerio told you about film school. I never hire people from film school.
No?
No.
Oh, so it's a negative thing. If
no.
You're like, oh, film school, no.
Valerio, if you see. But yeah, no, I would say it's... when you see, I think people from film school, they'll hate me for that. No. It's because when I see portfolio, what exactly they did after 4 years of film school, very often I don't see anything I could offer my clients, for instance. So for instance, like this, where they do 1 film per year and they all work and it's nice, probably some documentary or maybe some fiction. And then I look at it, okay, that's not enough for me. Maybe it's not even as good. And I don't know, it's like 20 people worked on it. What exactly you did over there? So when I checked some portfolios from film school, people who applied for work, I was not always excited. But very often I just was amazed by people without almost any education, but by just because they practice a lot. They do a lot of shooting. They like almost on a daily basis. They're passionate about gear. They know what gear is about and what it can do and how to achieve this effect. So this
more like practical knowledge.
So practical people, they definitely way more useful, I think. In general, they have better portfolio when you let's say even say with the same age people apply. Like one finished film school with 2 movies, and then another one did already 20 corporate videos or some music videos or anything else. So obviously, very often that the person without film school education, practically is better.
So you're saying that maybe practice and experience outweighs like knowledge and like from school, right?
Yeah.
How could someone from film school get to that level? With practice? Maybe add some experience after their school?
I think it's something, if you only do what they ask you at the film school, you'll never get there. So you'll
get your degree and that's it.
You'll get your degree and maybe 1 film a year and all good. But then you need to do many things besides school. And it's like some passion projects, joining some crew when they like for free. So some other teams from other film schools trying to help on set while you're doing your education. That will help. That will make you both experienced and with a degree, and then it will be amazing. I never met these people, or maybe they never applied at NG Media because they already have the job and it's cool.
Okay.
But I think it's also in Denmark in general, I would say, if you only do from my personal experience when I studied, if you only do things from the program, like from educational program, nothing besides that, it will be not enough. So you just need to do something extra, take some interests, learn a bit more, or watch some videos, things like that.
So the ideal would be to, if you were to go to film school, you go to film school and take some time to get some experience from the field, right?
Yes.
Would that be your dream team member?
I don't know. If he or she is a good person, then we have...
that's another thing, right?
Yeah. Because you could just not match, because everybody should have fun on set or even in the office. It should be fun. So if you just come there and then you don't like each other, then mostly we all get together pretty well, I would say. But I think there was some crew members that they didn't fit. So and everybody knew, okay, that's a bit too much. We want to have fun. So it's not only like
technical skills, but also like the chemistry.
Chemistry, like humor, like all this international background. So you need to kind of respect stuff. And
is that a top priority for you when hiring someone?
Skilled person with a sense of humor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Okay. And you developed that ability to see that in people with time, or you've had it since the beginning? Like you would meet someone and you'll know, like, okay, not a good fit, or you give them a chance?
Difficult question. I think maybe with the time, because when you work with many people, then you can actually understand, okay, who you get along with easier in a way. And I would say, difficult question, but I think I'm still learning in a way. So once in a while I hire wrong people. It's still okay.
I think it has to happen, right?
Yeah.
You can't know 100%.
Yes. Yeah.
Where do you see the industry going from now, at least here in Denmark?
In Denmark, good question. Yeah, in general, I would say Danish companies try to maybe save some money, maybe not only in Denmark, maybe some other places as well. So they try to either teach their employees to do videos themselves, or
like social media people,
media people, communication people. They can just maybe they can film these small things. So maybe again, that's actually, it's a good question where it's going, because we see that some companies opposite, like they open up and let us do the job, and some companies more like, we try to do it internally, and then so it's like on and off. I would not say like I clearly see where industry is going, but I think if
are you losing clients that they're starting to do things on like internally, like you said?
Yes and no. Maybe we're losing some part of the job, but then we do the editing.
Okay.
Because editing, maybe it's a bit more technical in a way. Yeah, like if they filmed like video on the phone and then manage to get some microphone into it and it looks good, and
it's time consuming, right?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to spend
if you're
50
not
hours
passionate about it, if you're not passionate, then it will be pain for you to do it. So therefore they send us some videos to edit and do post-production. So we're not completely losing the clients when they decide to go and do themselves. I would say, but some companies, they open up and they trust us more with doing more things. So if let's say initially we only did like small live streams there, then they let us to film some case videos or some more complicated like promo videos, and it's like slowly, like step by step. So I would say, yeah. But again, Denmark is a small country, and if you're good at something, people will recommend you.
It rewards you, right?
Yeah, it rewards you. So it's like this word of mouth is quite important here. So
even without Danish?
Even without Danish. If you're good at something, no matter which industry is that. Like if you're good like with filming or with, I don't know, if you with anything, it will spread pretty fast, like one by one. And then it's also the same with a company. Let's say if you worked with someone that you know, like one of your clients, they know you, and suddenly they change the job. Very often you may lose a client because a new person who came to that position brings their own guys with you. And then, but my old contact is in the new job, so he brings me to the new job. So
it's like a political, like politics kind of.
Yeah. So we can see that all the time, like that. So because somebody moved on, new role, new job, and then suddenly we get like less and less orders, and then but then we get new orders from the new company. But if it's a big company and it's not only one person who knows us, but like it's a department, then of course we keep the job and we still do the filming.
Okay.
Yeah.
So despite these challenges, do you see future in the industry? You feel safe with your company?
Yeah, I think it's good because I think we learned more over the years. We provide more services.
You adapt.
Yeah, we adapt as well to the market, what they want, and I think we started to do more projects, like larger scale projects. which was not. That's before it was like once a year. Now it's like 5-6 times a year. And of course, like large scale projects, they're nicer because it's bigger budget. It's a longer time span when you actually have time to plan it, to get used to the client and to what exactly you're going to do. And so you don't need to do like 30 projects in order to survive. You can do 2 projects and then makes you less stressed in a way. So we're slowly moving that direction. And I think that would be hopefully future for us, getting more projects like
bigger projects.
Yeah, bigger projects. Yeah, it's cool. But again, we still work with a lot of corporates, and that's also nice. It also could lead us somewhere we didn't expect, because once in a while, the corporates, they also need TV commercial, and then maybe next time they can call us on board. And so I think everything is organic. If you do a good job on some small projects and small videos, and then after a year or 2, you get the larger scale and bigger, and then you end up doing something really cool.
Do you deal with stress a lot? Stress or anxiety maybe, or fear of what could happen, or maybe you have ambitious dreams?
No, my biggest stress lately was the cash flow in the company, because very often we finish a job, we send the invoice to the company, but then payment policy is like 60 days. And if it's a large company, it could be 90 days. And then you cannot say, no, I need money now. It's they decide, no, we pay you after 90 days. And they're like, okay. So you need to wait 90 days without payments. But at the same time, you have some new projects came up that also need some investments, where let's say you need to pay some locations up front, or crew up front, or like fly somewhere. So this is like payments you need to do now. So you need this cash right now. And then if you say no, then you lose the project. So to basically, so my stress mostly was connected this year with this cash flow part, because it was like a couple of big projects came at the same time, and then some older projects didn't pay us yet, and it was all like came.
And how can you manage it? With savings, maybe using your own money?
I used everything I had. This summer I used everything until last peso, So like, it was so in the end I just managed to get some loan to cover up things. Like I think it was it was actually like it was called like quick loan or something. So I basically got some loan to pay some crazy things. So if this bank advisor will look what exactly I paid for, they will say, okay, this guy is crazy. Because like I got like 30,000 euro in June, and then after like 2 days I spent all of them on renting BMW X6, some 3 nights in the Radisson Hotel, bill in the restaurant for like 800 euros here and there. And I was like, if you look at the account overview, it looks like, okay, this guy just obviously got some money and then spent. But it was all like project related. So I had to rent the cars for the shoot. I had to pay for locations. I had to feed on set like 20 something people in cafes like every day, and it was like bill is big because it's 20 people, and then they have to live somewhere, some crew members, and then it was just like that. So money went really fast, but good that I managed to get some payment from other client from previous, so it covered up. So I gave this loan back really fast without paying too much percentage. So but it was fun. That was stressful.
but exciting at the same time, right?
I got exciting story as well because of that. Yeah,
that's the business side of you talking, right? Because business people have this they like risk, right? And excitement from like you experienced
earning more money.
Yeah,
so that's true.
Because the safe would be to say no to the new client. I can't afford it, and wait.
Yeah, so that would be safe, but
you like the risk of
I like losing. The risk, but also it's a lot of few things here as well. If we would say no to this customer, then he would find another crew for the next projects, and we've been working with this client before, so we know that this client pays just slow. So if we would say no, then this client would find someone else, and we would be without job probably next year as well for this. But then here, and plus also earning money, it was risky. But I guess for big companies, it's not really a big problem. They have enough savings or this markup saved up, and we are only turning to the medium company, I would say. Like we never had any savings before. Now we're slowly starting to save up some safety pillow money. So that's only like for us maybe like 3rd big year. So I'm not really that experienced yet.
So what would you do if you were starting like right now?
Right now, the company.
Yeah, like or this company in the film industry. What would you do financially that you could do better now than?
Because of all experience.
Yeah,
that would be easy because I know. But again, like starting completely from scratch. That's okay. Without portfolio, without anything.
Yeah.
I mean, get your first client somehow or a few. That would be nice. Again, as I mentioned, when you open the company. to get some money in at least. Then maybe I would say not invest too heavy in the gear if you don't have enough clients, because I also saw it many times that people buy like crazy expensive cameras and then they just cannot. They didn't use it. They don't use it like a weekly basis. And if you don't use it on a weekly basis, then on a daily basis, it gets old, and you just pay a lot of money for that. So I would say it should be like a good balance of things. So investing in equipment is important, but investing in equipment without having enough clients, maybe it's not good yet. So we have a lot of equipment, but we bought it like step by step. Okay. When we saw, okay, we rented the same thing like 10 times. Maybe on 11th, let's buy it. Okay. And therefore we bought this every single like lights and some cameras and things like that.
So a quick tip would be to rent first before buying.
Yeah, rent first before buying, even though it's exciting with all the gear now and the prices and the Black Friday and everything, it's just wait a bit, save some money. So work on portfolio, because portfolio sells as nothing, as better than cold calling or anything else. So portfolio
is number one.
Yeah, it's number one, maybe even tip. So people like good images if it looks nice. And with good editing, with good stuff. And again, it could be for real client, it could be spec commercial, it could be something else. But portfolio is a key to get some clients. So that would be also another tip. Work on portfolio. And the third one maybe as well, to say you need to make sure that as much as possible more people know you. So to spread the word.
Spread the word.
Yeah, okay. Network. But best networking, I think, is to do a lot of projects. A lot of projects for free, a lot of projects for like exposure or like some super small money. And again, keeping in mind that, you have maybe like half year only, so you're not going to do it forever, but you need to do it mainly for people to know you. So just
move. You need to do something, right?
Yeah, do some videos. Again, some videos of restaurants or some music videos or some things. Because people also work somewhere. They will recommend you. They will, when somebody asks them, I need the video guy, do you know somebody? And I'm like, okay, I know somebody. So that would be important. So yeah, portfolio, network by doing some work, very cheap, and not invest too much in the gear, but where it is possible. So that's my 3 tips would be when you start the company.
Okay. How do you handle work-life balance as a business owner in the creative field?
My wife just called me.
Your wife?
It means I need to be home now.
Okay. No. How do you handle that? Are you good at it?
I think I'm good at it. I don't work on weekends.
Okay.
I'm trying almost never to work on weekends now, since I have kids. I have 3 kids.
Okay.
So I prefer to be home and where it is possible. I'm trying to leave around like 5-6 p.m. from work to be home. Never miss the party in the school or anything like that. So that's important, because the client who wants to film some talking head about something, you don't even care. It's not that important, but the school party is important. So that's important, I would say.
Is that something you learned here in Denmark, or you had it from home, like being a present dad? Or
but I think maybe in Denmark it's a thing, like people have this work-life balance. So maybe we also in that type of industry where we don't work in the weekends that much, because people who film
in the corporate world.
Yeah, in the corporate, because they just
that's how they work.
They close office and we don't do stuff. But again, like when you're in the entertainment world, then it could be some concerts, some night stuff, weekends, and many other things.
Nikita, I can't go without asking, what's your thought about AI? Is this going to steal jobs?
I don't think so. I think it's helping more than stealing jobs, to be honest. We're using AI with some post-production, Adobe Enhance, when you need to do some podcasts or like improve the sound. I think it's amazing. I know that we use some AI to generate photos and some videos a little bit. We're only playing with that for pitches. Okay. So when we pitch for some project, and before you need to illustrate your idea by finding it on Google or doing some now you can do it like, okay, we imagine like 12 people sitting in the in the park and talking. Okay, you just do it, and you get perfect park, perfect people with a perfect shot, and then you put it in the image just to pitch. So we don't use it actively to like in a production yet, but to get the job, to get the project, we use, and then maybe in the post-production so far. But But I think it's only beginning, so I'm curious. I don't think so it will be...
Are you excited about it?
Yeah, I'm excited, and I think it's a good thing, nothing to be scared of. Opposite, more like, I'm actually amazed what people can do now. Still, all the AI, they need somebody to prompt it. So you need to be good at prompts then. If you're afraid for your job as a scriptwriter or something, then you need to just become a good in prompting your requests to AI, and yeah, something like that. I'm not really a big fan of people writing emails with AI. That looks very fake.
Without looking, at least, right? Or reviewing, or
I don't know. People use words they never used before, and then that's
like
already,
so perfect, right?
It's perfect, and some words from some people don't talk like that in real life, at least here.
Okay.
So that's always very easy to spot. Okay. So therefore, for me, it's fake. If people communicate with me with AI, maybe I'm like, okay, yeah. But with everything video related and the post-production related, I'm excited and I'm cool with that.
How would you do if someone wants to use AI and they don't speak the language as good? Just review it.
But they,
or like for instance, you guys don't write emails to Danish people in Danish.
We have some people speaking Danish to write in Danish.
Right.
Yeah.
So it can feel natural.
Not many, but like we have a few guys they can do that. So because at some point, if you use emails to communicate, maybe at some point you're gonna meet, and then
you're like, okay,
they notice, okay, you don't speak Danish. So how did you speak with me before on the email? So maybe at some point that will be disappointment.
Okay.
So maybe better to reveal yourself like right from the beginning. Like, I only speak English, so that's what I do. I don't speak Danish. I understand some Danish, but I don't speak really good. So I, from day one, speak with clients in English and ask if they're comfortable with that. And in Denmark, usually it's quite okay. People...
you can get by, right?
Yeah. People basically, they say that they speak a little bit English, but then when they start speaking, it's very good English they speak. So
you've been here for 14 years.
Yeah.
You've done well. So
yeah, without the Danish.
Without Danish? Okay.
Yeah, so you can do it.
Okay. One last advice that you can give everyone watching from different fields, maybe someone like yourself who wants to be more of a business owner or a producer, the biggest lesson?
Biggest lesson, I don't know. It's hard to find smart people to work with you. So when you find somebody, don't let them go.
Take care of them, right?
Take care of them, yeah. Because, and smart, I mean like...
not technical, not skills?
Not only skills could be. If we talk about producers, because let's say we have another colleague, Stefano. Stefano, if you watch that, he's smart as a producer, how to solve the problems. It's not the skill you learn in university, and it's not the skill you learn. You just need to learn it with some experience, and it's quite hard to find smart people that can solve problems, let's say, in another country, new country. So now, let's say we have team doing TV commercial in Portugal, country we never worked before. So we sent Stefano. Stefano sorted out by hiring right crew, making sure everybody comes in time. I'm helping maybe some remotely to sort out the budget stuff, but still like to have a smart person on set.
Problem solver.
Good. Problem solver, yeah, definitely. Creative problem solver. Yeah, I would say. So if you find somebody,
take care of them.
Take care of them. Definitely.
Don't let them go, right?
No.
Okay. Nikita, thank you very much for your time, for all the tips and all the knowledge, and your great story of success here in Denmark.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for watching.
Did you like this video? Don't forget to subscribe and tell us in the comment section below what you found most interesting in this story. If you would like to see more stories like this, click here. Thanks for watching.